Hi everybody! What is it that you want to do but haven't started, or started but haven't finished? This video is about following through on those things. Big or small, following through on things affects the person you become. If you don't follow through on the small stuff, it's highly likely you won't follow through on the big stuff. I hope this video inspires you to think about the little things that matter. If you're new here or you haven't subscribed yet and you like content like this, please hit that subscribe button. It's free and it helps me out a lot. Thank you! Don't forget the bell. Self-discipline on the little things makes it easier to have self-discipline on the bigger things. You become someone that people can rely on. You become someone who can rely on themselves to do the things that they need to do or want to do, to become the person that they want to be, or to do the things that they want to do. So I'm going to share with you a little story about myself and how it relates to self-discipline and follow-through. A couple of years ago, I decided to get my motorcycle license. It wasn't because I wanted to. I didn't want to at all, really, but I thought it would be a good idea because Marcus rides, it's my husband, and if anything should happen when we're out together and I need to move the bike somehow, then at least I know how to do that. That was the reasoning that I decided I should get my license. I needed discipline, self-discipline to follow through on this project, but luckily I've been practicing self-discipline most of my life, so I knew what I needed to do. I needed to break this task down, and boy oh boy, was I scared shitless when I signed up for the Fanshawe motorcycle course. But I did. I signed up, my heart was racing, but I was committed. I ordered my motorcycle, then I took the course, and then it wasn't until a couple of months later that my bike actually arrived. So by then, I wasn't really sure I could remember how to ride it, and somehow I had to get it back home from the shop. So I watched a few YouTube videos just to remind myself, how to ride a bike. And I did it. I went to the shop and I got on the bike and I brought myself home and I was sweating, but I only stalled the bike once, and I was scared. I got home and I was so proud of myself. I was super proud, and that was a good strong moment for me. So I still didn't love riding a bike. I was still just doing it because I felt that I should. I felt it was a good idea, and I do have follow through. So I broke it down again, and I made sure I went out on the motorcycle every 2 or 3 days. If I waited longer than that, then I got scared to get on the bike. So I made sure I was out every 2 or 3 days, and for the first couple of weeks, all I did was practice in my neighborhood. I practiced all right-hand turns one day and then all left-hand turns the other day. And then after I felt more confident on the neighborhood streets, going through four-way stops, those darn raised intersections were killing me. But I practiced them to the point where I felt confident that I could go to a bigger street and go through a set of stoplights. So then I progressed, and then I went to busier and busier streets, and then I started using it as a commuting. So I've been commuting with my motorcycle for a couple of years, and I feel so much more comfortable on it, and might I say, I'm actually starting to enjoy it. But it took me a couple of years to get to this point. And now I'm 1 month away from testing for my full motorcycle license, and I'm excited. During the last test, I was scared, but for this test, just 2 years later, I'm excited. And I feel such freedom for working through that fear. And having that follow through allowed me to do that. Personal growth through tackling fears is an addiction all on itself. If you want to get things done in life, you have to set goals. Otherwise, you just end up meandering through life and reacting to whatever life throws at you. You will not progress into doing things that you actually want to do. By working on small goals and following through to completion, you are actively strengthening your self-discipline. By actively strengthening your self-discipline, you are becoming the person that you want to be. You are becoming better than the person you were yesterday. By disciplining yourself to work on the things that are ultimately good for you, you are practicing self-love. Here are 3 tips for you to practice to help improve your follow-through. Remember, practice makes better, not perfect. All you want is improvement each day. Just think, 1% better each day is 7% better each week and 90% better in 3 months. Aim for the 1% each day. Okay, let's dive into the tips. Number 1, keep it visual. And by that I mean keep things or magazines particular to your goal visually around you. For example, if you're wanting to increase your running, then maybe it's a good idea if you keep some running magazines around the house where you will see them and you'll be reminded of your goal. If you're wanting to get to the gym more often, have your gym bag packed and ready at all times the night before, so then you can just grab your bag and go. Have it by the door where you will see it. Tip number 2, tell 3 people, at least tell 3 people what your goal is. So if you tell 3 people, like I've mentioned this before in another video, you are more likely to follow through because, first of all, people out there know what your goal is. Secondly, one of those 3 people is bound to ask you when they run into you how that such and such is coming along. You're more likely to follow through so you have something new to say. Another good reason to tell 3 people is that you may be inspiring someone else to do the same thing. You might be inspiring someone else you don't even know. And then you're becoming a positive role model. And the final tip number 3, is to write out your reasons why. When you have a powerful reason why you want to do something, you're more likely to follow through because it's something that you feel is important to you. And the more reasons why, the better, because at some point that one reason why might not be enough. And then you might need some backup reasons. So once you've written out all the reasons why you want to do this particular thing, then attach it to your goals, write it on a piece of paper so that you can easily review it before bed and review it in the morning when you get up. When you review your goals regularly like that, you're bringing the follow through to you. You're making it easier for you to follow through because it's on the top of your mind more than if you didn't review it. I hope you found this video helpful and inspiring. If you did, please share this video with others. It would really help me out a lot, and you don't know who else that you're helping out. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Thanks. Have a super day. Bye.